to not recidivize, but to maximize your potential, to maximize your purpose, to unlock the things that are in you that have been laying dormant, that have been hiding, like they're already in you. We just have to wake those things up. We just have to light a fire under those things. Set a fire down in my soul. That's my prayer. That I can't contain, that I can't control. I want more of you, God. Yes, I want more of you, God. We're trying to set that fire down in our soul. We're trying to ignite that passion in us. We're trying to wake it up so that we can have life, and life more abundant. And evil will not win. Evil will not prosper. And you will win. You will dominate. You will achieve success in your life if you continue to follow Jesus, if you continue to strengthen your faith, if you continue to walk by faith, not by sight, if you continue to establish principles in your life of faithfulness, obedience, long-suffering, patience, love, joy, peace. If you establish these things in your life, I guarantee you'll have success. Your faith will be strong enough to where when you get to the end and it seems like everything is about to fall apart, you will be able to call on help from something outside of yourself. But my mentality is, as y'all heard me say before, that greatness is a lot of small things done well. So I believe that you can achieve greatness by doing the normal things. And then as you do the normal things, God will open up doors for you to do the beyond normal things, for you to do the peculiar things. But he first has to find you faithful doing the normal things so that he can trust you when it comes time to do something that's more intense, that's more hard, that is going to take a little bit more out of you, that's going to get you to the point where you're at the edge of the cliff and you're facing the opposition, and the opposition seems to be winning, and you have to dig deep and not give up. P2P motivation, here we go. I was sitting down with the boys and I was watching a movie called The Planet of the Apes. And it's actually the newest installment of this series that they have. And in most of the Planet of the Apes, in the earlier installments, there was an ape named Caesar. And Caesar was the leader of all of the apes. And Caesar was a good leader. But at this point of the series, the ape named Caesar had died. And so Caesar was gone. But this new ape, whose name wasn't Caesar, he didn't have anything to do with Caesar, didn't even know Caesar. See, this new ape rose up and he took on the name of Caesar, and he became a leader, or an oppressor, I should say, because he wasn't a good leader. He was more of a oppressor. He was suppressing the apes. He was suppressing them and not allowing them to do the things that they needed to do, not letting them maximize their potential, not allowing them to be great, not allowing them to accomplish goals, not allowing them to move forward. And so this new, quote unquote, this false Caesar had risen up. But this ape, this young ape, was rising through the ranks, and his name was Noah. And so this new ape named Noah, he didn't have, he wasn't secure. He didn't know how much power he had. He wasn't operating and activating his power, but he was rising up, and he was beginning to unlock his potential. He was beginning to unlock his purpose. And so they got to a point in the movie where this false Caesar that was oppressing the apes was in power, but Noah was standing face to face with this new false Caesar that was oppressing his people. And so Noah, standing face to face with this Caesar, with this false Caesar, he decided to challenge Caesar. And it was this intense battle scene at the edge of a cliff. And it was like only one of those apes. It was either going to be this false Caesar that was going to win, or it was going to be Noah, this new leader that was rising up to lead his people and be a courageous and a faithful leader that built up his people and then suppressed them, then hold them down. And so they got to this point because, like I say, this new ape, Noah, he wasn't fully developed. He was kind of young, kind of insecure, but he had some grit in him that was going to take him to another level of leadership and could take his people to another level of leadership. And so they're facing off. And of course, the false Caesar began to win. He began to beat up, or, they were fighting and things like that, trying to push each other off the cliff. And this false Caesar was about to kill this new ape coming in the ranks, Noah. And so Noah is on the ground. He's getting beat up. He's distraught. Blood's coming out his mouth. All type of things are going on. It seems like everything is about to fail. It seems like everything's about to end. It seems as if this oppressor is about to win. It seems like he's about to prosper. It seems like the evil are about to win and prosper. But at a certain point in the movie, and it got real hype at this point, and this is the point where it really got my attention, because Noah, the ape that was the righteous leader, the ape that was rising up, but wasn't fully developed, didn't fully understand who he was, didn't fully understand his power. He ended up standing up, and he gave it one last effort. And as he was standing up, he said, "Ho, oh, ho, ho." And he and he started moaning and humming and singing, and he was like, "Ho, ho." And the rest of the apes around that were being oppressed, they started humming and singing as well. Oh, ho, ho. And he stuck his arm out like this right here, and he started singing and humming. Oh, oh, oh. And these apes, they were in the profession of training up eagles, and they would use the eagles to fight their battles, or the eagles were kind of their defense mechanism. It's kind of funny, but they would hold their arm out, and the eagle would land on their arm. And so Noah was singing the song, oh, oh, oh. And all the rest of the apes were in the background singing it as well. And the oppressor, the false Caesar, he was looking around like, "What are y'all doing? Be quiet, be quiet. What are y'all doing?" He didn't know what was going on, because he was from like a different tribe or something like that. And so Noah, or this ape, that seemed as if he was about to be defeated. He seemed as if he was about to be like annihilated. It seemed like evil was about to prosper. It seemed like evil was about to win. But Noah gave it one last shot, in the movie. I know y'all think about Noah in the Bible when I say that name, but the ape's name in the movie was Noah. And Noah had one last effort that he wanted to put in, and he called on his help. You know what I'm saying? And his help came. And when those eagles came, they annihilated. They gave them the help that they needed, and they pushed the oppressor off the mountain, and they conquered him. They annihilated him. And that movie, that scene in that movie made me think about in the Bible where Jesus sends us out. He says, "Go ye therefore into all the earth and make disciples of the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit." He says, just, go out and just bring people towards me, and it's confirmation to them in that declaration, or in that call to go out was, "Lo, I will be with you always. I will never leave you nor forsake you. If you ever need me, you can, and I'll come running. I'll come flying." So that gives us confidence as followers of Jesus to understand that we are not in this battle, in this fight alone. It may seem like we are persecuted, cast down, forsaken. It may seem as if like the battle is like the enemy, like the evil is about to win. But in that one last moment, Jesus will come running. All we have to do is call on his name. All we have to do is say, "Jesus, I need help." In any situation that we may be in, like I say, life struggles, business struggles, ministry struggles, family struggles, health struggles, insecurity struggles, like whatever that thing may be that we're dealing with, Jesus says, "Lo, I am with you always, and I will never leave you, and I will never forsake you." And he tells us that we can take on this amazing and this difficult mission of life. He says, "Go ye therefore into all the world and tell people about me." We can take on this difficult mission in life, one of the hardest things that that are possible to do, which is make a disciple. I always say that making a disciple is the hardest thing to do ever. If you've ever made a disciple, if you've ever discipled somebody, you'll know what I'm talking about. But making disciples is one of the hardest things, if not the hardest thing to do on this earth. You literally, when you make a disciple, you take somebody who is one person and you turn them into a completely different person, into a new creation, into a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things have become new. Like, we literally take someone and we transform their mind. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is not an easy process. And as we go through life and as we do those things, we end up facing trouble. We end up facing different types of persecution and things like that. We end up facing different types of evil, different enemies as we do that. And even just in life, even if we're not actively making disciples, but even if we're just headed to work in the morning, even if we're just trying to raise our kids, trying to homeschool our kids, dropping our kids off at school, just dealing with the normal things, dealing with marriage, dealing with parents, dealing with just the world, dealing with coworkers, even in normal situations, like, these are hard things. Like, life is hard, and we deal with struggles. We deal with things that aren't easy, and we need help. And Jesus tells us, I'm your helper. Lo, I'm with you always. And so my mind goes back to that scene in that movie where the ape was like beat down. It seems as if evil was about to win. It seemed as if evil was about to prosper. But that one last effort that he had, he called on his help, and his help came, and he dominated the enemy. And I want to encourage you that you can dominate the enemy as well, that you can annihilate anything that comes against you, that you can win, you can prosper, you can win, you can achieve the things that you want to achieve, that the Lord has put on your heart. And Jesus is not asking you to do those things. Sometimes it feels like we're alone. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it feels like we're alone in the battle because we can't physically see Jesus. We can't physically see God. The Bible says we walk by faith, not by sight. So we can't physically see him, but with our faith, we can see him. And that's the reason why we have to make sure that our faith is strong. Faith is a muscle, and you have to work it in order for it to be strong. It's just like regular muscles. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't work my regular muscles, they're gonna be weak. If I don't use them, they're gonna be weak. So in the same way, we have to use our faith. We have to use our faith muscles and exercise our faith to make sure that our faith is strong, so that we'll have the tool that it takes to actually access Jesus. Because we might not have to hold our arm out and say, we might not have to do that. But the way that we call on Jesus, the way that we access our help, is by our faith. Our faith is our calling card, and our faith has to be strong. So there will be opportunities for you to exercise your faith today. And you will know them when they come. You know what I'm saying? To be able to do things. This is what I mean. The opportunities that will come for you to exercise your faith will be situations where you don't understand exactly what to do. You don't know what the outcome is going to be, but you know what you're supposed to do. And you have to trust and believe and have faith to carry that thing through. And doing those little small things, those small steps of faith, builds you up to where you can make bigger leaps of faith and bigger steps of faith as well. So I encourage you, exercise your faith, understand that you have help. You know what I'm saying? That evil will not win, evil will not prosper, and you will win. You will dominate. You will achieve success in your life if you continue to follow Jesus, if you continue to strengthen your faith, if you continue to walk by faith, not by sight, if you continue to establish principles in your life of faithfulness, obedience, long-suffering, patience, love, joy, peace. If you establish these things in your life, I guarantee you'll have success. Your faith will be strong enough to where when you get to the end and it seems like everything is about to fall apart, you will be able to call on help from something outside of yourself. But with that being said, I just want to encourage y'all this morning, encourage y'all as y'all head to work, head to the gym, as y'all, get your kids ready for school, just normal life things. Like I said, because I know that on a daily basis, we're not doing things that we feel are great. But my mentality is, as y'all heard me say before, that greatness is a lot of small things done well. So I believe that you can achieve greatness by doing the normal things. And then as you do the normal things, God will open up doors for you to do the beyond normal things, for you to do the peculiar things. But he first has to find you faithful doing the normal things so that he can trust you when it comes time to do something that's more intense, that's more hard, that is going to take a little bit more out of you, that's going to get you to the point where you're at the edge of the cliff and you're facing the opposition, and the opposition seems to be winning, and you have to dig deep and not give up. But with that being said, I'm gonna call it there for today's video. Hopefully y'all were encouraged, inspired to not recidivize, but to maximize your potential, to maximize your purpose, to unlock the things that are in you that have been laying dormant, that have been hiding, like they're already in you. We just have to wake those things up. We just have to light a fire under those things. Set a fire down in my soul. That's my prayer. That I can't contain, that I can't control. I want more of you, God. Yes, I want more of you, God. We're trying to set that fire down in our soul. We're trying to ignite that passion in us. We're trying to wake it up so that we can have life, and life more abundant. P2P motivation, the From Prison to Purpose GodCast.